All right, well, listen, it is Tuesday night. It is time for the round table. So let's get to talking some football. Let's go, of course. Every game starts with the coin toss. Hey, all right, of course, we are here with the first segment of every week, the coin toss. And again, it was week one for any of you who maybe were not paying attention, week one in the NFL. And, well, first off, let's talk about the upsets because again it's week one and we know that anything can happen in week one, and so we had a few, and I'll start with the one that I am most happy about. Delilah, our beloved bear, pulled what nobody thought we could in a monsoon in a rain-soaked field, and we took care of the 49ers 19-10 at home in like the water bowl. That's what they should call that, because
Yes,
man,
that
that rain was nasty. What did you think of that, huh?
it's gonna be great because I know when you watch a game, whatever your sentiments are, when they're gonna play back on those in history, right? Like 10 years from now, 5 years, you're gonna be like the water bowl. 'Cause that probably is what they're gonna call it, right? Or something weird. Like
Like, water bowl.
that was like a historical part of like the NFL, right? And that they're
Oh
always
yeah.
gonna look back on that. And then like I love seeing our boys have fun and celebrating for once and
Yes.
sliding into the end zone. It's
Yes.
like thank you for giving us a good a good day.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It
Like
was
it was
so.
just versus all the other homopreneurs we've suffered over the summer seasons
Yes,
over here.
exactly.
It was a
So to
breath of
win one
fresh
on opening day
air.
was great.
Yes, it was
Yes,
amazing.
absolutely.
So I had a great. It was great.
I know.
It was fun watching. It also reminded me of like old school football, where it's like, hey, whatever the conditions are, you're gonna play and you're gonna make it happen.
You gotta make it
So,
happen.
like,
It was just, it was just fun to see because even in the first half, I know the offense wasn't great, but the guys were hustling on defense,
they
and I think they
were.
really kept us in the game. And once the second half, once we got the offense going, man, we didn't look back. 19 unanswered points to win the game, so that was phenomenal for us. Again, it's great to see the Bears get a win in week one,
Yes.
especially for Justin Fields to be 1-0 to start this season. Mr.
Yeah.
Handy,
Mr.
we have a
O'Shea.
couple other. Well, we have some other games there. I figured, Delilah and I would talk about the Bears, but
Oh
we had a
yeah.
few other upsets. And here's one I want you to talk about. The Giants over the Titans, 21-20. And again, that I don't think too many people would have called before that. What did you think of that particular upset this week?
Uh, I am still in shock. Uh,
Right? Okay.
I am still in shock. I mean, the Giants. I mean, even during their Super Bowl seasons, were not exceptionally dominant. So the fact that the Giants beat the Titans, and I'm going to talk about the part of the game that I'm sure everybody saw when Tay Crowder bodied King Henry. I was I was done. I was a 9-year-old kid watching Ric Flair get up from being slammed and win the WrestleMania 1986 again. I was like, oh, that was me at home. I mean, did you
Jeez.
see that? I'm totally shocked. I don't know who lit a fire up under him, but I got to be honest. This kind of thing is good for the NFL, though. This is the kind of
Yes,
stuff that's good
I
for the
agree.
NFL. It was a great. This was a great. It was a great opener for the Giants. Will they be able to repeat that again? I don't know. But
I don't know.
but 2 days ago, that's what O'Shea Jackson would call a good day.
Yes, yeah, today was a good day.
Yes,
Yes, it
sir.
was, my friend. Also, hello. I saw that Ash popped up there. Ash is watching. Hello, Ash. How are you?
Yeah.
Again, one that I'm sure Ash was watching because of her beloved Sydney. The Steelers got over on the Bengals yesterday, 23-20 in overtime in the battle of missed field goals. Boy, Delilah, give me your impression of that game.
I honestly thought we were gonna see two tied games yesterday, right? Because we already know we have one. But I was like, oh, we're gonna go into two tied games. And I was actually shocked at McPherson missing, right? Because that kid was like gold last season. And so it
Yeah,
was
it was
actually
money.
yeah, so it was actually really surprising that he missed those. And then I was
Yeah.
just like, honestly, like I was kind of like bored with that game. I was like,
Oh, were you really starting
I
to just not pay attention
I
or
would
what?
I just lost interest in it. I mean, it was only on a few games anyway because I was at a Green Bay bar, so it wasn't like they were on all the
Right.
TVs.
Right.
But I was just, I don't know. I guess I expected more from both sides. I
Yeah.
guess like it was so hype, right? It's a division game. Everybody's like, oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
maybe. And so I guess I was just expecting more from that game.
Yeah, sure.
And so I'm like, hey, but they got the W, right? A win is a win. We always talk about this here, regardless of how that
A
win
win
is.
is a win, baby.
A win is a
Yep.
win. So congratulations to Pittsburgh for getting out of that tie and actually getting that W. Kudos to Mitchie for being 1-0, and because he'll get credited with the
Mitchie,
win. So
Mr. Trubisky, 1-0.
Y'all feeling good all the way around. The Bears won, and Mitch
so
looked good
Oh, sure.
yesterday.
so
Absolutely.
kudos to
And
Pittsburgh
yeah,
getting the W.
kudos to Pittsburgh. I agree. Sydney, your team got to win. Congratulations. Seattle over the Broncos yesterday, Mr. Handy. Monday Night Football. How about that one? 17-16. Geno gets the W on Monday night. What do you think of that?
I'm happy for Gino. I'm feeling a little bad. I'm feeling like I should maybe pay for some counseling for Russ, because this is the second time on during a major broadcast where the coach had a decision to make as to what to do to win the game and made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And
we want to get into that more. Yeah. We're going to get into that more because we're going to be joined by a Broncos fan a little bit later on. So we're going to get into that a little bit more when we talk to Tina. But I just wanted your impression of the game overall.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. This is probably the one game that I did not see. Just
okay.
It was the end of the evening, but I did catch up on the highlights.
Sure.
I got to be honest. I'm very happy for Geno Smith. I think that you have these quarterbacks that you want to see them do well when they come in the league, and then they turn out to not necessarily be as advertised, but you still want to see him do well. So I'm glad to see him get a second chance in Seattle. And I wish him well. I wish him all the well in the world. For Russ, I think Russ will be fine. I think Russ will be fine. Although I'm pretty sure that already people are questioning as far as the head coach, why did we hire this guy again? So we'll see.
Yeah.
But we like James Winston said, we'll get there. But
yeah, I was on the show. I was on the show last week, and I said it's gonna be a close game. By the way, like I didn't think
you did.
I didn't think I picked Broncos for the ultimate W, but at the same time, I didn't think it was gonna be. Aaron made it seem like Russ was going and walk over everybody. So I don't think so, because they still have a pretty good squad, overall. And whatever people feel about Pete Carroll as a coach, he's a good coach, and everybody's like, and so he trusted Geno. There's a reason he picked him over Drew Lock, and obviously he made the right call, right? He made the right call because he was
looks that way right now, doesn't it?
He was connecting with guys we didn't even think of, right? Where was Lockett? Where was everybody we always look for?
Yep.
That's not who got the touchdowns, right? And so, we'll see if he could continue this. But I agree with Anthony. Kudos to Geno getting a W. And I do like to see comebacks. I do also agree. I like seeing the second chances. And so I was actually happy that he got the W. And I feel bad for Russ in that, the coaching situation, which we'll talk later. But kudos to Geno getting the win. No hate on that at all.
No, not at all.
America definitely loves a comeback story. You know what I mean?
They do.
So,
they do.
Good way like I said,
like I said, happy for Geno.
It was a great weekend for NFL football all the way around.
I agree. I do agree.
Except for a team that I like, but we ain't gonna talk about them.
Well, no, we'll leave that alone for now, right? But I don't want you to cry anymore. I know you're crying this weekend, but that's all right.
Look, I'm like Mary J. Blige. I'm not gonna cry no more.
Okay, here we go. Not gonna cry, never. All right, I better digress. I'll start singing. But also with week one, of course, comes injuries. Now, there was a lot of them, but I kind of put down the major ones here because I want to ask you guys in a moment this question. But Dak Prescott, obviously, with the thumb. We had T.J. Watt with his pectoral. Keenan Allen had a hamstring problem. T. Higgins is in concussion protocol. And Jamal Adams has a quad injury. Now, Delilah, let me ask you this. Out of those five, and I may be able to, again, I want you to give me your honest evaluation here. Of those 5, which do you think would be most detrimental to their team at this point, not knowing how long these injuries are going to keep these guys out?
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's got to be the Cowboys. Like, they lost their quarterback, their starter. So I feel like that's going to be a bit. Yes, I love TJ Watt. I know that he won Defensive Player last season, but just the way that Pittsburgh is coached, like I know that they'll find someone to kind of step in while TJ is getting healthy, right? So like, Tomlin, all the coaching staff over there, they're very smart and they know how to make the adjustments as needed. But when you have someone like Dak, which we saw he had a really stellar comeback last season, right? He was close to getting the comeback award and all of that. And so like, I think that this is going to be really painful. I mean, it's good thing that it's not season ending, right? Like that's a positive, but like that he's going to be out that many weeks. Like, I think it's awful because I have no hate on that guy. Like when he could play, he could ball out. So I'm never going to like take that against him. And so like, I feel like for Dallas right now, they have to figure out a quarterback,
Yep. So. And Handy, that's what I'm going to come to you with. I'm curious, what does Dallas do here? I mean, do you go look for a quarterback? Do you go with Cooper Rush? What do you think, man?
Well, when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, they're one of those teams where there's a thing that most of us think they should do, what a reasonable thinking person who knows football think they should do. And then there's WWJD, what would Jerry do? Right. And Jerry is probably still got, I mean, if you watch football at all last season, you know about the feel good story with Cooper Rush being an undrafted free agent and him coming on in the game. I think it was week 8 last year. I forgot who they were playing when he came in and he had this phenomenal game. I think he threw for 300 some odd yards and his parents were there and they cried and it was just the great storybook movie ending.
Sure.
But I don't think Cooper Rush is battle tested enough. I mean, I believe the Dallas's O-line is a little bit aged and Cooper might be a little bit younger and more agile than Dak, but Dak gives him the best opportunity to win. Now, what do I think Dallas is going to do? I think Jerry is going to try and ride the Cooper Rush train for a while to see what he can get out of him versus maybe having to shell out a couple of shekels to get another quarterback in. That's what that's what I see Jerry Jones doing.
No, and you know what? And that's very possible. We know Jerry. So he has his own mind and he does his own thing. So you really like you said, one thing you think he should do, and then he'll go around and do the opposite. So it'll be interesting to catch, see what Dallas does in the next 6 to 8 weeks without Dak by their side.
And Jerry Jones is also a very prideful man, also because the more people give him. People get like what was it when Jason Garrett was the coach, he'd come out and say every year, Jason Garrett's our guy, and he did that until he could not, until it was unavoidable
do that anymore, right? Until he couldn't do that anymore, right? Exactly. All right, well listen, moving on here now then with we love you everybody watching. I also saw Kate jump on there, so we appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're going to be back right after this short video break.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.